Hey guys, Matt here. In today's video, I got something a little bit different for you. Just going to give you a little quick tour of my drum kit. Now, this kit is a 73 Ludwig that belonged to my grandfather, and he died in 75, so he only got to enjoy it for just a couple years. And then once he passed, my grandmother just kind of gave it to me. You know, there were no other drummers in the family or anyone that was interested in drums. So she gave it to me, and I didn't seriously start playing until I was about 10. So, but I've had it my whole life. Just kind of updated over the years and bought some extra stuff because it was just a 5-piece kit originally with just that one and that one, just 2 crash cymbals. That's all it had. So I've added a pant load of stuff to it and updated all the hardware. But just wanted to kind of show you, the kit, just give you a quick little tour so you can see everything. And because I know a lot of people like looking at old drums, old vintage kits. All right, so let's get started. I'm just going to start down here with the kick drum. So this is the Ludwig Blue Oyster Pearl finish is what they called it. Now this finish is somewhat hard to find now. You can find them on eBay and some of the various other vintage drum sites. But they're not cheap. Some of them are really expensive. All right. Oh, but the badge is the blue and olive badge. My GoPro light's flashing on it. Which is typical of the early 70s. Okay. Now the only little issue I'm having is the wrap on the kick drum down here is beginning to separate. Just a little bit. Okay, but that's, you can't really see it. But other than that, everything still looks really good. Everything's still in great shape. And as far as the shells, I'm pretty sure the Ludwig was doing the 3-ply poplar maple shells back then. With a little reinforcement hoop. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I think that's what they were using back then. It was a 3-ply shell, maple, poplar, and then maple again. All right, so that's that. But as far as hardware, like I said, I updated all the hardware to the Ludwig modular, and all the hardware and all the extra cymbals I bought probably sometime between 85 and 88. Okay, these feet, I just wanted something a little more sturdy, a little stronger, so I put these feet on. Okay. I also got these rims tom mounts sometime in the mid-80s, okay, just to add a little more resonance to the toms, and they really do help. I mean, there's a big difference in the resonance on the rack toms, but the finish is still in great shape. All right, so that's what that looks like and sounds like. So let's walk around the back here, and I'll just kind of go from left to right on the drums just so you can see and hear everything. Now this snare over here is an exception. This is a 65 Slingerland snare. It's a wood shell, and you can even see, let me lift this thing up a little bit here. You can see the stamp. March of 65. Trying to get rid of all the glare, because there's a tremendous amount of glare. Well, it's March of 65, and it was actually signed by my grandfather too. He actually wrote his name in it. It was Bob Tress. Not sure how well you can see that. Yeah, this was his practice drum when he was in trying out for the National Association of Rudimental Drummers. This was his practice drum. Hey, you might could see it there. Yeah, March of 65. So this is an old snare drum, but it still sounds good. Still have it sitting on the original stand from the 60s, but still sounds okay. Really not bad. Got a pretty good crack to it. All right, so that's an old drum. So up here, I've got the 6, 8, and 10 rototoms. Because growing up in the 80s listening to Rush, you know, if you've got only a 5-piece kit with an oddball finish, if you wanted more drums, you really had no choice but to go with rototoms unless you get toms that didn't match. So I've had these rototoms since high school, and they still sound okay. All right, so the rotos, the mounted toms are a 12 and a 13. And then a 16 floor. Okay. The kick is a 22 by 16 kick. All right. The snare is a 14 by 5 supraphonic. And this has just been a great snare. You know, they say this is one of the most recorded snares ever. Just a great sounding snare, good response, you know, good dynamics. So that's what that is, an old Supraphonic. And then as far as cymbals, I'll just touch on the cymbals since I'm here. You have to excuse the mess in my basement. We had a flood in the basement about a month ago, so I've got crap everywhere. I got pieces of baseboard stacked up over there. You know, so you have to excuse the mess. But let's see, let's just start over here. Let's just go left to right again on the cymbals. So the hi-hats are the 13-inch KZ combos. So there's a K on the top and then a big old thick Z series on the bottom. So it's a dyno beat, I think is what they're called. Z series dyno beat, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a KZ combo hat. And again, all the cymbals, with the exception of this one and this one, were all purchased in the 80s. You know, so the cymbals are pretty old. So up here we've got a 14-inch paper-thin crash. This one, this old one, 73 probably, is an 18-inch medium crash. Got a couple of splashes, an 8 and a 10. Zildjian splashes. And this one is a 16-inch medium crash. That was also one of the original crashes that came with the kit. The ride is a 20-inch ping ride that I got probably my sophomore year in high school, probably 85 or so, 86 maybe. Okay, and then the China is a 12-inch Wuhan. You know, just to have an extra big trashy thing back there in the back. All right. So yeah, let's see the pedals down here. Kick pedal is a Pearl power shifter, double kick. The kit came with a Speed King. And sometime in high school, the Speed King decided to break down here. I mean, just literally snap off, just literally break in half. So I replaced it with a DW5000 double kick, and I used that for years, or forever. And I just decided I'm going to go with something different. So I got this Pearl, and this is not a bad pedal. It's a pretty good pedal. It's got the adjustable cams, you know, the blue, red, white, and black cams that you can switch out to suit your playing style. And I've just found that the blue ones work best for me. But this is a pretty good pedal. It's not bad. So yeah. And then the hi-hat stand is an old Tama stand with the adjustable springy thingy. You know, you turn that to, it basically adjusts how quick the hi-hats separate, is I guess the best way to put it. So yeah, that's what we got back here. So she still sounds good despite being 40 years old, 40 plus years old. And then the old Slingerland still sounds good to be a, that old of a drum, 65. So yeah, just wanted to do this quick little video. Oh, also, since we're on the subject of that old Slingerland drum, since we're here, or since we're talking about this drum, this was my grandfather's practice drum when he was trying out for the National Association of Rudimental Drummers. And apparently you had to be a pretty good drummer to even be considered to be in that group. So I have over here, I have his pin from the NARD, his little gold pin. And also, let me take you through my little office here. Slightly messy due to the flood. I've got some stuff in here that doesn't normally live in here. This is his plaque from the National Association of Rudimental Drummers, signed by William F. Ludwig. We have the president and the examiner, and then William F. Ludwig was the registrar for this group back then. And this was 1963. Forgive the GoPro light. I forgot to turn it off, so it's blinky blinky. So yeah, that is his certificate, which I had framed so I can have on the wall. Like I said, unfortunately, I never knew my grandfather. He died when I was too young. And it's a shame he didn't get to enjoy the kit. But at least I'm able to enjoy it and sort of carry on the drumming legacy and from that side of the family. But yeah, this has been a great kit. I've enjoyed it over the years, just kind of keeping it updated and taking care of it. And yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you didn't find it too boring. But if you have any questions about these drums or, whatever, just fire away in the comment box. I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah, but thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.